outset of the season, I don't know if it's the right way to phrase it, you would have been happy. I know you were disappointed not to get in the NCAA tournament as it turned out, but in the grand scheme of things, reaching a postseason berth of any type is, I guess, a success?
Oh, I would call it a success, sure. I mean, we essentially, I think, we're just one game short of the NCAA tournament. I think if we'd have won the game on Saturday versus Kentucky, that we likely would have been in, but we didn't. And but there's only 30% of the teams, or less than 30% of the teams, that are still in significant tournaments, and so I think we should consider it a success.
A lot of teams, motivation becomes the issue, the NIT.
Oh,
but
yeah.
For you all, not having played postseason and also only having one senior, is that not as much of a concern?
I think whether you make it in the big tournament or you go to the NIT, I think the hardest thing to do is play the first game, because some guys are so elated that they can't play well, and other guys, they have a tough time getting motivated to really bring the energy necessary. So I think that's probably true of every team. Our guys are no different. I mean, they were disappointed in the loss Saturday, still a little bit down Sunday, but I think they're excited to still be playing with each other, and so that's an issue I think that we have to address.
You guys, your MO has been the flush it and just this game and everything else. But do you discuss the greater goal, or what the impact of going deep in this tournament and Madison Square Garden in New York City, all that kind of the carrot out there?
No, I think that obviously we know it's a tournament where you have to win to advance. They know that if you advance far enough that you have a chance to play in the Garden. They're old enough to know all that, But the focus has to be on playing Vermont, because they've got a nice team. I mean, a really nice team.
Did you guys become a different team when you won at Missouri in terms of obviously that's the beginning of league play and you went 12-6? I mean, was that a kind of something that catapulted you guys?
I would say that it probably gave them confidence that when you do it the right way, you'll find success. And so, did that change who we were? I don't know. I just think it gave them confidence in how we wanted to play, and that way would be give them a chance to win.
What is the scout on Vermont? What do they do well?
Senior laden team. They got a lot of experience. They really shoot the basketball well, and they are terrific defensively. And much like us, they're a team. I mean, they're spreading it around all over the place. And I have really enjoyed watching them on tape. They've got a good team, and they've got a team that understands how to win.
Isn't a mid-major that senior laden has good guards and shoots well kind of team in NCAA's, and it just
Yeah,
the hell out of coaches?
No question. This is a team that had they not had to play on the road, in their conference tournament, it would have been a likely candidate to upset somebody. I mean, it's a good basketball team.
We touched on JJ on the conference call the other day, but going back and look at it, one of the things that really seemed to turn around for you guys toward the second half of the year was your bench. Overall, I mean, you were outscoring. Your bench play was outscoring teams. Is that something you can even use it? You think over Vermont, maybe you go a little deeper.
Well, I think the thing about our bench, if you look at JJ and Jawan, who are just true freshmen, and so those guys got a lot better throughout the year, and our bench wasn't terrific in the early part of the year, because those guys were just, quite frankly, just puppies, But they've improved, and Nemi's been a real consistent player for us off the bench, and so that's been a strength of our team.
What's your thoughts on Auburn's hire today?
Who did hire?
Bruce Pearl.
Good. I don't know. Good for Bruce. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts about it. I mean, I know he wanted to coach again, so I'm happy he gets to do that.
Are you surprised that the SEC would allow coaching and still let us show calls?
Yeah, I don't know how all that works, so I really, I don't know how that's the SEC thing or NCAA thing. I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
Does that make it harder on the recruiting trail with him back out there?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's a challenge no matter what. I mean, he's he did a good job at Tennessee, and I'm sure he'll do a good job at Auburn.